Oh, yeah. Five-star. LSU. I said, they ain't ready for the LSU. No, they ain't ready for the LSU, huh? They ain't ready for the LSU. No, they ain't ready for the LSU. We the best in the league if you looking for talent. LSU going hard, but we beat Alabama, then we going out to Florida. Drown the Gators, everybody getting bucked when we step in the stadium. This the LSU anthem, you know it's a hit. You don't know another rapper two-step like this. See me screaming out the window, yelling purple and gold. I'm an LSU fan, girl, you know how we roll now. Back and back it on up. Hey, 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 way down in the back.
We were
TA live.
we were muted the whole time.
Looks like it.
Brutal.
We're
What
here.
a brutal entry.
Hey, we're here now.
All right, let me restart that. TA, we are live here in my living room. Welcome to my living room. This is what we were just saying while we were all on mute.
As we said, impromptu.
Yes, very impromptu, as you can tell.
Yeah,
Here in my living room.
I literally came in, had to go pee, went and peed. Reagan wasn't even here. I came in the back door, slipped in the back door. By the way, you might need to lock your doors, man. Anybody can just walk.
Well,
in.
this is Podunk, Arkansas. You don't lock your doors. Like we never lock our doors. So.
Anyway, so came in
Maybe I
here.
should say that on the show.
Yeah.
I'll lock my doors forever now.
Somebody's gonna come to Reagan's house. Like, I know where Reagan from Tigers Avenue lives.
Yeah.
I'm coming to his house now.
So Zach obviously is here in Arkansas with me. Watch the ball game tomorrow. Big one, Zach.
I guess.
I hope some of y'all are tuning in here to watch the show. Maybe I'll repeat what I said, Zach. Maybe you're watching this lackluster team that somehow is better
winning.
than last year's team, according to Zach and AD. I'm gonna call AD out too because he tried to defend it too. Somehow this team's better than last year's. You care to comment on that, Zach?
I'm beginning to relent.
Struggling against Wolford. Here we are, 5-point lead, 19 seconds left to God knows
points.
who, UT Arlington. I tried to tell them. This is a year one team. They're not better than last year's team. And that's okay, though. Like, that's my thing. Like, it's okay.
They're up 6 now.
Not better.
Whoa.
Big lead, big whoop. The Tigers will pull it off. It looks like they've stretched the lead.
10 seconds left.
Very little time, but guys, the basketball team's gonna be. It's just is what it is this year. Yeah, it is a true year one under Matt McMahon. You're gonna have to give him time, as we've discussed, and I mean, it just is what it is right now, Zach. You every win you get, you just gotta appreciate. SEC schedule comes, it'll be tough.
Probably brutal.
It'll be tough. The team it's a year one team. It is clearly a team that is, pieced together with yarn, stringed together with a little double knot by Matt McMahon and his staff, considering, Zach, literally nobody was on this team at one point in time with the transition from staff to staff. Which, by the way, something interesting happened this past week with someone on the former staff who now all of a sudden supposedly will be speaking to the public pretty soon.
I guess.
On his own brand new show. I'm going to tell you right now, Zach. Number one, I don't think anybody will from that show will see this. But number two, I just don't care how they feel. But Will Wade having a podcast with a Baton Rouge-based media company with some well-known LSU fans.
Well, on LSU
Bold move.
media.
Bold move.
Yeah, that was
I think it's a publicity thing more than anything. Like I think it's like everybody sees it and they're like, what the heck?
Yeah, that was my reaction. I was like,
and so you know what's going to happen? Just about everybody's going to be watching Will Wade first episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they're going to get a lot of hits on that. I think it's a little disrespectful to the new present staff. Guys, we don't even have sanctions yet. The issue is still a very fresh wound. Like we don't even know what the punishment's going to be yet. Like,
and you're all of a sudden putting them in.
And he's got a show
back in front of LSU media.
He's got a show that like tons of LSU fans listen to these folks.
Yeah.
And you put him right back. Like, I feel like it's a slap in the face to McMahon, which of course Zach, we live in America, freedom of the press. They can do whatever they want to do. You know, we can't argue it, but does that make it right? Not really.
It's honestly, it's pretty cringe. Like my buddy,
it is cringy.
My buddy Kenny, before we started the show, he was showing me ASMR stuff.
Oh God!
You know, like
stop
stuff like that.
Oh,
and it's extremely cringy. And yeah, that's what this is. It's really cringy, honestly. It like I saw it, it made me go ooh.
The first I saw it, I was like, you gotta like this is a joke. Like I thought it was a joke. And then I realized it came directly from those people. They were retweeting it, they were resharing it, you know, whatever it was. And I was like, wow, like this is for real.
Yeah.
Like this is real. Like this real happening.
I have to agree with you. I think it is kind of a slap in the face to the current staff, and I have to agree with you there because I mean,
completely
as you said, the wound is still very fresh. We're still awaiting sanctions, and you're gonna give this guy a podium for LSU media?
A place to stand on. Like it's almost like now, okay, you know, if they treat it like now, the show is about him being a basketball. This is how they portrayed it, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Being a basketball coach, being a professional in the basketball world, watching film, breaking down film, things of the sort. Now, if they just do that, okay, so be it. The dude's got to make a living somehow. But if it comes on there and
the dude can make a living though outside of Baton Rouge.
Yes, he can. But I totally agree. I'm not giving them an out on this. But what I'm saying is, if they don't make it about what happened and they don't discuss it and they don't, approach it like they're going to come on here and be like, hey, let's talk about what happened, what unfolded. Like that's what should not happen.
Yeah.
If that starts happening,
that's
LSU may be
inappropriate. Like step in.
LSU administration, you may be getting a phone call. But if they just leave it up to simply,
I highly doubt that happens.
I do too. But it's again, I'm not putting anything past anybody. If you just leave it to basketball film, breakdown, whatever, that's fine. But boy, I mean, they showed kind of where their loyalty lies. I feel like.
Yeah, very much so.
I mean, one thing that we preached through that whole process, and I think a lot of people preach, is like, hey, ain't nobody bigger than LSU.
Yeah,
like. There's no name, there's no player, there's no administrator, there's no nothing coach that is bigger than LSU brand. Like, so to kind of do this, I don't know. I feel like it's a slap in the face, just LSU in general, not just the current staff.
Yeah, I have to agree.
It's just like, for him to leave not leave, but removed, and for that to happen the way it did, and now he's having this platform is just so odd. Like it is so weird. Like you said, it's cringe. Like not a good look. Just not a good look.
I agree. Definitely not a good look. That's one of the
And
first
for
things I said.
okay, like I can get a media personality getting it, but for Will Wade to accept it and like go through with it and actually going to get in front of the mic and like do that, that's weird. It's just weird.
I agree. So we have a final.
Oh boy.
LSU basketball destroys UT Arlington. I'm just kidding. It was a 63-59. And again, just a very woeful performance. They only shot 41% from the field. Adam Miller, who started pretty hot, honestly, looked really good at the beginning. I know you probably didn't get to watch the game because you're at an event. I got to watch almost all of it. Adam Miller started hot and then honestly really cooled off there at the end, 17-17. Ooh, that's what everybody's watching right now.
Pac-12 championship.
Pac-12 championship going on right now. So he started hot. He ended the night 11 points. KJ Williams continues to impress me. I think KJ Williams has honestly been the brightest spot on this team. Adam Miller has had his moments, but he hasn't been consistent. So I expect to see hopefully some more consistency out of him. I definitely want to see some more consistency out of him because I think coming off of last year and expecting what we expected, we thought that it would be probably a little bit more of a consistency there. And he's struggled with being consistent as a shooter. So, but he finished the night 11 points. KJ Williams had 14. And then the rest of your starters, nobody else even came close to double digits.
Yeah.
Jalen
seemed
Reed
very spread out.
Jalen Reed had a 3. Mwani Wilkinson had a 3. Adam Justice Hill had a 3. I'm sorry, he had 3 points, one field goal, 1 free throw.
Yeah.
Derek Fountain came in and had a pretty decent night. He had 8 points off the bench. He continues to be really impressive defensively. Kendall Coleman had 7, Cameron Hayes had 7, and Trey Hannibal had 7. Tyrell Ward came in and gave you some minutes, but that was about it. They continue to shoot pretty well from the 3-point range. I mean, 38%, almost 30 or 39% is pretty good from behind the arc. And they have shot really well the entire season behind the arc. It's really been inside the arc where they have extremely struggled.
Yeah.
And tonight, what I watched was a lot of – they were moving around, and they were obviously running sets that looked good, but they were just taking bad shots. I mean, it was just bad shot selections. There was times, like I said, Adam Miller played really well. And then, him kind of feeding off of that, he'd come down and just jack up a 3. And I'm like, why are you set up the offense? Yeah. And it wasn't it wasn't a good shot selection or a higher percentage 3-pointer. It was just catching and there's a guy there and he just kind of pulls it and it's not even like he's setting his feet. It just wasn't a great night, honestly. This really, I mean, you're 7-1, but honestly, it feels like you're like 4-3.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, Zach, UT Arlington is 4-5.
Yeah,
and Drexel beat them by a bigger margin than we did tonight.
Yeah,
Nevada beat them by a bigger margin than we beat them tonight. So it's just going to be a first year under Matt McMahon. I mean, that's what it is. It is no knock to Matt McMahon. It is no knock to his ability. I mean, I think this is just the reality of the situation, which Will Wade left you in.
Yeah.
So don't give him a dang show. The reason your basketball team is lackluster this year is because of him. Don't give him a freaking podium to golly. Well, that's annoying. The fact that we have a struggling basketball team right now is all his fault. It's his fault. Yeah. Give him a freaking show.
Are you upset a little bit about it?
It's stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid. I did think
it's
pretty stupid.
Yeah, I am upset about it. I just, anyways. Yeah. How do you think that makes Matt McMahon's gonna tune the noise out?
Yeah, he's not gonna care.
Tune that out. That's just bull crap. But within his heart and within his own personal mind, that's in the back of his mind.
Yeah. I would
and
think
Scott
so.
Woodward. Okay, so like you have already during the whole process, they made it very well known that like they were heartbroken over this. Like the dude screwed your program for a while. Why are you so heartbroken? Well, they were buddy, and now you really see where their loyalty lies. And I'm not just trying to take shots, but like back in it was I think it was fall camp. Something was said that they were not supposed to say, and they were not allowed back to one of the press conferences. And now you're giving Will Wade a show? Yeah. Like you're not helping yourself with LSU's administration. How do you think Scott Woodward feels?
Yeah.
Like you report,
it's a slap to his face.
It was like the media is allowed to be there, right? It was allowed to be there. And a lot of times they weren't allowed to report anything until after practice. And certain things weren't supposed to be said. I mean, there's limitations. You don't want just things out there as a football program, as a football coach. They did that. And you were asked not to come to something else. Like you were told you're not allowed to come to this. And now you give Will Wade a show? Like, you're not helping yourself. Like you are like, as an LSU fan, it makes me mad at them. Like I will not give them my support because of that.
Yeah.
Like it's horrible. Like you're being a terrible fan.
I feel like part of it too is just to kind of stand up to the people that have come after them because of their continued loyalty even after the fact. Like I feel like it's kind of a
what does it gain?
I think it's kind of a slight at those people a little bit.
Absolutely.
Say, hey, okay. You say you're coming after us because we've been loyal to this guy. Okay, let us give him a show
out there.
Let us give him a show.
Like I don't know. But what do they profit from that? What do you gain?
Clicks. I mean, because obviously, as you said, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to click on it, no matter which way they go, whether they support or not. They're gonna watch because they want to see what the man has to say after all this has happened.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of a smart move by them, honestly.
Yeah,
but not that you need them. You don't really need the clicks at this point. So
just don't make it right. I just.
And how long is this going to go? I mean, I didn't read the full press release, but I don't think there was a time frame. Like,
no, there was no like.
This is something that like he probably will continue.
It's a show for indefinitely.
It's like indefinite until he probably eventually can get past his show cause and coach again. Like, I don't know. It's
maybe
not,
one positive out of it.
In my opinion, it was not a professional move.
No.
Or a respectful move to LSU.
It was disrespectful. It was unprofessional. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. For Pete's sakes, we ain't even got the sanctions yet.
Yeah.
We have not even got the sanctions yet. I don't know. It was unprofessional. It was disrespectful. I mean, moving on. But so
we got to talk about something pretty important happening tomorrow, I guess.
I guess you could say it's important.
Yeah.
SEC championship game is pretty important. I mean, so
it feels less important, I think, for a lot of it.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, in a sense.
Like how much? Let me ask you this: how much more pumped are you coming into tomorrow if LSU had beaten A&M?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's leaps and look. If we would have beaten A&M, this is leaps and bounds different.
Yeah, and right now you're going, yeah, we win. Hey, that's awesome.
Maybe we get the Sugar Bowl.
Maybe we're gonna. Well, I think we will get the Sugar Bowl.
If we win, I think we get the Sugar Bowl.
No, you will get the Sugar Bowl because
lose
the SEC champ. If you win, you will get the Sugar Bowl. Period.
Oh yeah, if you win,
period.
Yes. If we lose, I don't think we get the Sugar Bowl.
Oh no, you don't get the Sugar Bowl.
Correct.
No, not at all. But if they win, it's guaranteed they will get the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
Because if you are an SEC champion and not in the playoff, you get the Sugar Bowl. So honestly, it'd be great for LSU to win. And I know, Reagan, you have the stance, if it's not the playoff, it doesn't really matter. But the Sugar Bowl is a New Year's Six bowl. I would say,
in a year like this, I'll take it.
Yeah, in a year like this, you definitely take it. And I mean, heck, who would have ever thought that we were going to be in the Sugar Bowl if we win tomorrow? Coming into the season, I definitely did not. So it's even though it is an extreme letdown, you still have a lot to play for. And in the same way that A&M came into last week and they had absolutely nothing to lose, LSU has absolutely nothing to lose.
Nope.
They have nothing to lose here.
You have all to gain.
You have all to gain. You have nothing to lose because, first off, everybody's expecting you to win. But in this championship weekend, you have the greatest margin with the spread. You are a 17.5-point underdog, and that is the greatest margin in the championship games this weekend.
Yeah. So
that just goes to show how much how much Vegas and the media and the bets that are coming in right now show how much people actually respect and believe in LSU.
Yeah.
So go out and play like A&M did with nothing to lose and go play to win. I mean, obviously you do that every game, but you're going to have to do things in this game that I think in a game where if LSU had beaten A&M, they probably would have been a little bit more cautious because they want to try and be careful and slow down the game and so that they can get in the playoffs. But in this game, because you have nothing to lose, why be cautious?
Go out there and play.
Go out there and play. If it's 4th and 4 and you're in opponent territory at the 35-yard line, go for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Go for it. Like, you have nothing to lose. No LSU fan is gonna be like, well, crap, we just got beat by Georgia 2 touchdowns. Everybody's gonna go, well, we expected that.
Yeah.
Because that's what I expect, honestly.
Yeah.
That's what I expect. I'm not gonna come out and I'm gonna pick LSU. I'm gonna pick LSU in our picks. I'm gonna pick LSU because I gotta be a fan. But
I want to pick Georgia just because I'm one behind you so bad.
Oh man. Maybe I should pick Georgia then. Anyways, we're talking about our
I could care less though if we beat Georgia.
Yeah, honestly, that's a smart move though.
I could care less.
I'll let you do it. I'm gonna stick with LSU. I'm gonna stick with LSU. You pick Georgia, go for it, bud. I
can't do it. I just can't.
Can't. So I'm gonna pick LSU. But obviously the reality is, I should say, that I believe Georgia is going to win this game. So again, LSU has nothing to lose. Nobody's going to come out of this game if you lose, and if you lose badly, nobody's gonna come out of this game going, man, we should have had that one.
Yeah.
Because everybody thinks, even LSU fans kind of expect what is supposed to happen tomorrow. But hey, LSU coaches, LSU players, take that and use it as motivation.
Yeah.
Take that and use it to go out and play the best game of the season.
Yeah.
You've had some really good games. We look back to Ole Miss. We look back to the Florida game. We look back to the Bama game. You've had some really good games. You still have the opportunity to play your best game and one up those three.
Yeah.
That against Bama, against Florida, and against Ole Miss. You still have the opportunity to one up those. So go out and do it. Reagan, what are you most looking forward to in this game? I guess matchup wise, I guess, where do you, it feels like obviously that Georgia has the upper hand in a lot of matchups. Where do you think LSU can take advantage and try and get a little bit of a head up on Georgia?
I don't know if there's anywhere we can take advantage.
I would say maybe the receivers against their secondary, maybe,
but their secondary is really good. So I mean,
but they've also, I don't know. I kind of feel like they're a little overrated.
Georgia's secondary is good. I mean, they're good. If you want to win the game, I think you got to throw the ball really well. I'm not saying like you got to. LSU's gonna have to throw the ball.
Well, we talked about it on
take shots downfield.
We talked about on Blake's show In the last 2 seasons, the only team that has actually really played really well against Georgia was in the SEC championship last year.
Yeah.
And what did they do? They threw the football.
Yeah.
Bryce Young threw the ball almost. He threw it 44 times
Over 400
for over 400 yards.
We don't have Bryce Young, though.
We don't have Bryce Young, but we have the receivers, I think, to go up and make plays.
And that's not a knock on Jay Daniels because I think Jay.
Yeah, I mean Bryce is Bryce Young. He's the former Heisman winner. He's probably the first. He is going to be the first quarterback taken in the draft.
Should be.
He will be.
I think he's the best player in college football today. He won't win the Heisman, but I think he's the best player in college football. He just don't have receivers that he's used to having
this year.
Yeah,
like,
he hasn't. He don't have the offensive weapons that he had around him the year prior.
Correct.
So I think he still makes plays. You're like, crap. Like that's the best player in college football.
Yeah. Now the biggest concern for me is that you get exposed on the defensive line like you did against A&M this past week because A&M physically dominated you.
Yeah.
On the their offensive line versus our defensive line, they just physically dominated you, which we haven't really honestly seen a whole lot of.
Yeah, not at all
this season, which was very discouraging because it came at the hands of Texas A&M. But I'm very nervous that that Georgia will do the same. I think they will focus heavily on the run game.
Yeah.
Which means do what you didn't do against Texas A&M. Stack the box.
Yeah.
LSU didn't do a really great job of just saying, all right, we're going to absolutely commit to stopping the run and making your quarterback beat us. Because Stetson Bennett, he's a winner. I'll give it to him. And he is above average football player, but he's not Bryce Young.
No, he's not.
He's not Hendon Hooker.
But he's become very confident within his offense, I think.
Exactly.
Which is
and he hasn't made by the way, Utah takes the lead 23-17.
Probably about to be 24.
Yeah.
Did they miss the PAT or something?
They haven't kicked it yet. Which my phone might be a little bit behind. They may have kicked it already live. But anyways, I think LSU needs to force Stetson Bennett, Stequavius Bennett.
With the fade.
Yeah, and the tatted. He's tatted
to be what
up
now?
Huh?
Force Stetson Bennett to be what now?
You have to force LSU needs to force Stetson Bennett to beat them.
I got you.
So again, stack the box, force them to throw the football, and I think if you do that, you give yourselves a better chance. I would say for LSU that, in my opinion, because Georgia is more of a kind of a pro style offense. Like, yes, I understand they're averaging 38 points a game.
Yeah,
that's because of Georgia, and they physically dominate you up front.
Yeah.
But their offense, it's not this like spread them out, go fast paced offense. It's more of a pro style offense.
And they wear you out.
Yeah. So I think to counter that, go fast. Go fast in this game. Put their defense, keep their offense out there more to wear them down.
Yeah.
Because they're not used to that. They're used to these, methodical drives. Like, speed the game up, make them play catch up, make them get out of their game where they have to play catch up and they have to go tempo because they're not used to that. They're used to these very methodical, long scoring drives. So get them out of their rhythm and make them do something that they haven't had to do all year. That's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to force turnovers. And as I said in the Texas A&M game and in these other trap games that we had, LSU needs to protect the football because what killed you in the game last week was that you turned the football over in a very critical point in the game where you could have taken command and all the momentum could have swung in your direction. And the complete opposite happened. So you need to protect the football and you need to force turnovers. And you need to force turnovers to where you give your offense a chance at a short field.
Yeah.
And you got to score touchdowns when you get the opportunities. You cannot kick field goals because Georgia's defense has done a phenomenal job in the red zone.
Yeah.
And so you have to score touchdowns when you get the opportunity. You cannot settle for field goals. So that's the reason why I said, Reagan, you get in 4th and manageable, you
Maybe go for it.
You might as well go for it. Again, you have nothing to lose. So there's a lot to this game that has to go right for LSU.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to be a huge, stretch for LSU to do it because I think they can. But they're gonna have to execute, and they have at times this year shown you that execution at times has not been there.
Yeah, but also at times during the season, I mean, at times when you needed to be your best, they were their best.
Yeah.
I mean, Alabama didn't happen for no reason.
Yeah.
Beating Alabama didn't happen for
Ole Miss and Florida.
And Ole Miss and Florida's Florida. But,
offensively. Yeah.
That was kind of the game that got the momentum started.
Got them going, yeah.
After the Tennessee letdown. But, yeah, I mean, I think these guys, you don't rise to the level of your opponent. Brian Kelly doesn't want that. But last week they did not rise to the level of their preparation. I mean, just weren't ready for that game. Like you said, physically dominated. Now you're the team who has everything to gain from this game. And you have nothing to lose. You got a bowl game. You're playing a bowl game. You're not getting in the playoffs. But you have an SEC championship on the line. Go out there and try to take it from Georgia. Spoil like a perfect season for them. Go out there and grab it. It's yours for the taking. And I think coming off of a A&M loss, they feel like they got something to prove.
Yeah.
Because they know what they did at A&M is not what they can be. And we know that.
Yeah.
What we saw at A&M was not the LSU that we have been used to seeing for the past several weeks.
I even told Dad this
It felt
week.
completely different.
Like you had the Florida State game and you had the Tennessee game, but
It
the
felt
Tennessee
like
the Tennessee game honestly was closer than it was.
It was. Yeah.
Obviously, the Florida State game what it was, but the A&M game, I honestly believe this was their worst game. The A&M game was their worst game.
Yeah, no question.
And so you just played very bad. You got dominated up front. You turned the ball over. Everything went A&M's way and didn't go LSU's way.
You suffered. I'll tell you this too: is you get Jarrett Bernard-Converse back, and that's huge.
Yep.
Because we suffered bad last week without him.
Mm-hmm.
Our secondary struggled, and it's going to be a big deal to have him back in your secondary, to go back to your normal, what you're used to in your secondary. Having him back there is going to be big. Another thing is you get Josh Williams back.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
And JD is playing. I didn't really think that was in question. Honestly, I mean, I get he was in a walking boot.
He was going to play regardless.
I think he was going to,
even if he wasn't 100%.
Right. I highly doubt he's 100%. They may, give him some morphine before he runs out there on Saturday.
They're gonna have that. They're gonna have it taped up pretty good.
So
probably a brace on or something.
Yeah. So a little extra juice in the tank. You know what I'm saying? And wrap the ankle up and go out there and play. I mean, if you don't have Jaden, you don't have a shot. You have no chance.
No shot.
Zero. So, well, I don't want to say zero, but that's harsh towards Nussmeier. But you're not winning the game. You're not winning the game. You're not winning the
probably
game.
not. But, I mean, he does have that gunslinger mentality. Maybe he has the game of his life and comes out there. And
with Georgia secondary, that man there would be a lot of turnovers.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of turnovers.
Probably.
So
he'll get it together.
But JD's playing, so we don't have to worry about that. JD's playing. Not too concerned with that.
And Jaden loves to protect the football.
You know what, Zach?
A little too much.
Here's something that people may be like, you're tripping. And I may be tripping. Maybe I am.
Are you tripping?
Maybe I am tripping. Maybe I'm a little stretch here. But with Josh Williams back, for some reason I feel like we're going to have a good rushing game.
Huh?
Like, I think, look, you're going to need to throw the ball to win this game.
Yeah.
But I don't think that we're going to go in this game and our running game is going to be zilch. Like, I think we're going to get some push, and I think Josh Williams is ready to roll. Like, after coming off a few weeks of being on the shelf.
Yeah, been gone for 2 weeks now.
And I think Josh Williams is going to want to come back and make a statement. And Josh Williams has time and time and again done what people say he can't.
Yep.
Overachieved. And Josh Williams has been so reliable this season and done things like everybody's like, he's the walk-on. He's the walk-on. He's your guy at running back this year. No, he is no longer the walk-on. He's your guy. Yeah. He is Mr. Reliable. He is Mr. Do-it-all for you at running back. And I really think tomorrow Josh Williams could have a great game. I really do. And John Emery. John Emery's coming off a great game.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good game.
As crappy as Aiden was.
No, Kane had a good game too.
So I seriously think like our running game being the way that it is with Josh back and you have John Emery and Noah Kane, like I think we can be successful in the run game. Maybe not dominant. I don't think that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I do think it's going to be really tough for that offensive line to have to go up against but
the best defensive line
in the country.
So I think though our running game will be okay tomorrow. Not dominant, not like incredible, but I don't think you're going to be like we can't run the ball at all and just totally abandon the running game. Like I think it's going to be there for you.
We will see. That's going to be an interesting storyline to follow.
Hot take for the game.
Yeah, I think that is a hot take because I think I would lean more towards them probably shutting it down.
Yeah, and maybe they will. Maybe I will. But I have a feeling that Josh Williams has something to prove, and he's done it time and time again. So I like Josh Williams and his ability to prove us wrong because he's done it for so many times. Like at the beginning of the year, we kept saying Josh Williams, and I'm saying, and I'll admit it, I'm saying, what the heck? Like, where's John Emery?
Like, he's the first back out.
Yeah, and of course I know, John Emery had his 2-game, whatever. But, like, it was always him back out there. And when John Emery got unsuspended with the whole NCAA crap, I was like, all right, it's time to roll. They kept putting Josh Williams out there, and he kept
getting better,
proving me wrong, getting better and better, making plays, being the guy you depended on. Zach, 3rd and 7.
I was about to say, yeah.
3rd and 7. I will not forget the play, and it's been overlooked in the Bama game.
People will forget that play. But
you do not need to forget the play.
I agree with you. That's a play that I will always remember. I'll remember
3rd and 7 in the Bama game.
Yeah.
The play before the Mason Taylor touchdown. Am I wrong?
I think I don't know.
Is that the play before the Mason Taylor touchdown? Yes, because
it was first and goal that we threw it. I honestly think Reagan and there was a lot of plays that game. I mean, obviously the game-winning play, the Jaden scramble. But honestly,
that was huge.
To me, the greatest play in that game was that 3rd and 7 because LSU was trying to get in 4th and manageable to then go for another play. And obviously, if he gets stopped before the first down marker, you're having to you're going for it. And if you don't get it there, it's over. Like it's not over, but they're going to put you in a stranglehold.
It's going to be really tough.
And it's going to be, I mean, at that point it was like, I think under 4 minutes or something like that.
Oh yeah.
No, it was way under 4 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's when they went to go ahead and then they went down and tied it. So yeah, that was like under 2. Yes. That was under 2 minutes left. And on 3rd and 7.
I mean, at that particular moment it wasn't. But when Bama got the ball back, yes.
Yeah, at that particular moment. But then you ran one more play. So I'm pretty sure it was like close to 2 minutes.
2-3 minutes, yes.
Yeah, so you ran the football. You gave it to the person you relied the most. And he went and broke a tackle. And when he was stopped, when he was hit, I think a yard or 2 after the line of scrimmage.
1 yard. Moody hit him.
1 yard after the line of scrimmage. And he pushed him down, broke it, and went and got the first down. And honestly, I think, we posted about Mason Taylor, but that's why I posted 2. I made 2 posts. I gave the game ball, obviously, to Game Taylor because he deserved it. But I made a point to make a post about Josh Williams because he honestly
was
made
awesome.
a game-changing play in that
It
game.
was.
So I'm extremely excited to have him back, and I will say I don't know.
I'm so pumped about him next year.
Yeah, I mean he's coming back, man. So that's gonna be
And he has
exciting.
another year after that if he wants it.
It's exciting. So I would love to see Josh have a really good game. I would love to see the receivers and Jaden have a good game. I think you absolutely have to.
I want
But
Kayshawn to have a massive game.
we've been waiting for it.
He
had it
he's
against
had it-
Florida. Was it Florida? He had the 100-yard
He
game.
broke a 100-yard game. I want him to have like a 100-yard game where he's dominating and he's getting a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he had the 100-yard game, but I don't think
He didn't have a touchdown.
I want it to be like Kayshawn of 20.
His first touchdown came against Tennessee, and it was like late in the game when the game was already over.
I want it so bad for him.
Yeah, I
want it
do.
so bad for him. I want him to be, because I know, like,
He stuck it out.
you go and watch film, like, there's times when the ball is not gotten to him.
Yeah.
And it could have been.
Yeah, I agree.
It could have been. And I'm not knocking Jaden because
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to.
I'm
do
telling you
that
right
this
now,
week.
Jaden is the reason you're 9-3.
Oh, for sure. But I mean,
The season
You
he's
can-
had.
you can argue, that if he makes a few plays down the field, maybe you're 10-2.
I'm telling you right now, like
or 11-1.
Kayshawn with a Joe Burrow or Kayshawn with like a Joe Burrow where he's willing to like let it fly and he trusts his receivers.
Yeah.
Like
And that's why
Kayshawn.
that's why he is the prospect that he is
Yeah.
still, even with the stats that haven't been great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reagan, it's still 24-17. Utah is taking the lead.
We're in the game.
We've got 6 minutes to go in the third. USC has the ball at their own 9-yard line. Utah kind of flipped the field a little bit. So yeah. Do you want to talk quickly about these other games we got going on, just very briefly before we take a break?
Sure.
And then, all right. So Kansas
Like
State,
they
TCU. Does TCU survive again? Do they avoid the fire again, or is there even a fire to put out?
I'm gonna say TCU wins.
They already won. They already beat them 38-28 early in the year. It's always really tough
They
to
were
beat a
behind.
team twice.
They were behind a lot in that game too.
I think there's a reason this is
Can you stop Deuce Vaughn?
I think there's a reason that, and Adrian Martinez. Is Adrian Martinez healthy?
I don't know.
I can't remember. He's not?
I don't know. I don't keep
Is
up
he
with
out?
State.
Our buddy
He's
Kenny
out. Martinez out.
He's been
Oh God, TCU. Yeah, TCU is winning.
TCU.
out.
But they're only a 1.5 point favorite. That's the lowest spread.
1.5.
Third down for USC at
I'd be
their own
betting
9-yard
TCU
line.
on that line.
USC, UCF, Tulane. I'm going Tulane there.
Oh, yeah, I'm going Tulane.
Go Louisiana, man. Come on. Let's see. Michigan, Purdue. I don't even think that'll be close. That's gonna be a blowout. That won't be a championship game. North Carolina, Clemson. I kind of want to pick Clemson or
Zach,
North Carolina in this game. I
Zach.
honestly kind of want to pick Clemson.
You
North
skipped
Carolina.
over it way too quick.
Purdue, Michigan.
You skipped over it way too quick. Brom at Purdue is 3-0, undefeated against top 10 teams. Undefeated. Don't just jump over Brom and the Boilermakers.
I don't know, honestly, Reagan.
And Blake Corum's out for the season.
And don't they have a defensive guy that just got arrested or something like that, or had a felony charge?
I think that was a while ago.
Was it a while ago?
That was a while
I thought it was
ago.
recent.
That's been a minute. I
No,
think.
it-
I mean, it was
saw,
a few weeks
I
ago.
saw
but,
something
like,
on it today.
Michigan's like leader on defense.
He was out, I think, against the Ohio State game, though. Like, he was already out.
I mean, but yeah, he does have a family bench. Correct.
Wow.
Anyways, he's out. Blake Corum's out.
Yeah. Blake
I'm
Corum's not for you.
Don't
I
put
know.
the Boilermakers away
I
that
don't
quickly.
know, Reagan. I don't know. It's the largest. Well, outside of
Woo,
LSU.
woo.
Outside of LSU, it's the largest spread.
I think Michigan will win, but I mean the Boilermakers can spoil them.
That might be the biggest margin in these championship games because I think LSU covers the 17.5. Do you think LSU covers 17.5?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're covered by 0.5. That's what's going to be 17. We're going to lose by 17. Clemson, North Carolina. Honestly, Reagan, part of me really wants to pick North Carolina. I don't know why. My guts tell me to pick North Carolina.
Maybe
But
so.
Clemson is coming off the L to South Carolina. I think they're pissed. that they missed the playoffs because they had a chance at
I'm
the
gonna tell
playoffs.
you what.
I don't think they would have made the playoffs, but I think in their minds, they win that game, they probably have a chance at the playoffs.
I'm gonna tell you what. Dabo, more and more, is he the product of like generational quarterbacks and just so happened to get 2 in a row?
Deshaun
and then Trevor.
Because
like without like this is 2 years in a row.
And he had
now.
really good coordinators.
This is 2 years in a row now.
But he's 10-2, Reagan.
And the freaking ACC.
Yeah, that's true. And they recruit like
who you got?
And they recruit kind of at the SEC level.
They freaking were struggling against Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech
But
fired
so
a
was
coach
Georgia.
this year.
Georgia was struggling with Georgia Tech in the first half.
North Carolina lost to Georgia Tech, and they have a fired coach.
Yeah.
They did not have a coach, and they lost to Georgia Tech. And that's who you're playing against in the championship game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in fairness, Georgia's playing LSU in the championship game, and LSU lost to A&M, who's 5-7.
That don't matter. It's Georgia Tech with a fired coach.
Yeah.
They won like 2 games.
I don't know. Part of me wants to pick North Carolina. Who are you picking in this game?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I might go.
Neither of them are that good. Neither of them are that good.
I might go for it, but I still have a lead. I still have a lead with my pick, so I'm not going to play it safe. We'll see.
I think Florida State was the best team in the ACC this year.
I picked USC, by the way, so they need to get it together. Oh, Utah has the ball back, and they're at 50.
Nice.
Let's see what happens there. Can they beat them twice? They might.
Maybe so.
All right, Reagan, let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back to give our TA tools for success and wrap the show up. We apologize for the kind of scrambled together show here. We realize it's during the
Still been a good show.
Pac-12 championship, but it has been a good show. It has been a good show. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a minute.
5-Star Hero, your intro and outro music for the Tigers Avenue show. They ain't ready for that LSU. Go check out all his other music on all the major platforms. Don't forget to follow him on Instagram at Saints Anthem and at Twitter at One Nation Doty. Don't forget to check out his Facebook page for all his Saints and LSU merchandise. Can't get any better than Sarah Klein Stevens, attorney at law. Her firm focuses on the needs of the elderly and maintaining their dignity throughout the process. Here for you, here for your family. Sarah Klein Stevens, attorney at law.
I think Cameron Rising just died.
Yeah, I think he did just die. If you're watching the USC Utah game, he's got clapped, man. And was there a targeting on that play?
No targeting?
No targeting, just a holding?
They call it holding.
They call it holding on the defense. Interesting.
I mean,
Utah's now at the 39-yard line. Just 3 minutes to go in the third. They have a chance to take a 2-touchdown lead here going into the fourth quarter, potentially. Massive.
I don't
and Bama gets put into the playoff.
No, they would not.
I'm just kidding.
All you folks that keep talking about Bama being in the playoff, y'all stupid.
They're not going to make the playoffs.
They're not.
The committee
if
showed.
One of the other teams are out, Ohio State is in.
Yeah, the committee showed you who they were going to put in if one of these teams. Now, what happens if
Ohio State?
What happens if TCU loses?
I think TCU stays in.
I don't know.
You're going to put 9-2 Alabama with no conference championship over 10? No, 12-1 TCU? Absolutely not.
I don't
Absolutely
think.
not.
I think Ohio State beats them out, but
Absolutely.
I don't know if TCU beats them out.
No, that should not happen.
Kenny, you had a face there. Do you have a comment? You care to comment?
Absolutely not.
no, yeah, Alabama's like
They're out.
Okay,
Even if TCU and Utah
Out.
and
Okay.
USC loses?
Okay,
Ohio State's in TCU.
USC's gonna lose. Okay,
Oh, okay. You're saying it.
Caleb Williams is hurt.
Caleb Williams is hurt?
He hurt his ankle. He can't like.
Oh, wow. This is breaking news.
Yeah.
I did not know
Well,
that.
it's not breaking
We-
news, but
But
to us.
To us, it's breaking
You've
news.
been watching the game, but no, I'm just kidding.
We're about to watch it here as soon as the show's over.
No, I mean like how is the 2-loss Alabama team gonna jump Ohio
A
State and TCU? I just don't see it happen.
That's not happening. It's not 12-1 Absolutely not. You're going
Ohio
to
State. I agree. I think Ohio State
You're-
gets it. I don't know. They might try
Zach,
to put
the
it
thing. The thing is though.
the committee hasn't respected TCU
The
until
thi-
the end of the year.
The thing is though, they were 12-0 in the regular season. You cannot penalize them for playing in a game that Alabama does not get to play in.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing.
I will say
And
this.
they have more losses.
I will say this.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying they have not. The committee didn't respect TCU until the end of the season.
And Bama's 2 losses is against 2 teams that are not in the playoffs either.
That's true.
I will say this though.
But so would TCU's.
The
One
committee-
loss in
one
the
loss.
conference game.
The committee wants Georgia and Bama, but they don't want them to play in the 1-4 game. They want them to play in the championship, and that's not going to happen.
It's not.
It's not going to happen. There's no way for that.
Bama is not in. They're out. Period.
Yeah,
They're
like,
out.
Bama's not going to hop to 3.
I
They're
tend to
out.
agree, but I think if TCU loses it, is at least makes things pretty interesting.
They're still putting TCU in. If they do that, oh my,
We'll see.
I would be so livid.
We'll see. By the way, 2nd and 6. At least this is from my phone at the USC 35-yard line. All right, Reagan, we need to do our TA tools for success. What does LSU have to do tomorrow at 3 p.m. from 3 to 6 p.m. tomorrow? What does LSU have to do to finally win?
Freaking 1. Quit screwing up on special teams. Every game, Zach, we will make
We
a special
kicked it out of
teams
bounds.
mistake.
We kicked it out of bounds.
We will make a special teams mistake tomorrow. We will.
Prove us wrong, LSU.
Make me wrong, and I will be happy to be wrong.
Yeah.
Don't screw up on special teams. That's number 1. I'm tired of saying it.
Oh,
I'm tired of saying it. Every game, Zach. There's not been one game.
There and the
Not one.
I will say in the moment in the stretch of
You still have been penalized though
I will
on
yes,
special teams,
but in the stretch
and kicked it out of bounds.
in the stretch of Florida to Bama, you weren't terrible.
you weren't making catastrophic mistakes.
mistakes.
You were still making mistakes you should have not have made. Like
I wouldn't say that the mistake against A&M wasn't
you
catastrophic.
kicked it out of bounds.
You kicked
I didn't
it
say
out
it
of
was
bounds.
catastrophic. You still continually kick it out of. You still continue to make minor mistakes.
Yeah.
In the game, like you give them the ball in 35. That's terrible.
Yeah, you got to stop kicking it out of bounds.
When you know he has the capability to kick it out of the end zone.
But I will say the coverage has been better, and the punt returning.
The coverage has been better because Dybert is better about arching the ball down there.
Yeah.
Whereas when Ramos was doing it, he could not. Like the ball was getting to the returner way too fast.
Yeah.
And your coverage wasn't back.
You needed time to get down there.
So, anyways, quit.
And I think Jay Brownman's had a pretty.
Oh,
good
Jay
season.
Brownman's been amazing.
Yeah,
Jay
so
Bramlett
you
is
can't
the-
hate on all of it.
He's Zach. Do not sit here and defend the special teams.
I'm defending certain
Jay Brown.
parts.
Period.
I'm-
Period.
I'm defending certain. Damian Ramos has played well.
Period.
Damian Ramos has played well.
Jay
Better
Bramlett
than
has
expected.
been the only better than expected. By the way, I spoke Ramos at the beginning of the season. I didn't predict him.
I picked Dybert. I was wrong.
I picked Dybert too, but I told you Ramos could be the guy.
And he's been the guy. And he's looked good. I'm telling you, the kickers themselves have looked good. It's been everything else.
Ramos has been better than expected, but
Yes.
he also has missed some times, and it was some bad misses.
And he's also had some
missed
really
PATs.
close makes.
and missed PATs.
He had one blocked.
No, he had more. He had ones that he had shanked too.
I'd like to be. I'd be interested to see how many
But your coverage,
he's
your
made.
your
or how
punt
many he's
coverage,
missed in PAT situations.
your punt coverage has been bad at times.
kick
Your kick coverage has been bad at times. Your returning has been terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Penalties.
But
the
Michael Clayton's held it
discipline-
down. My boy Michael Clayton's held it down.
The discipline has been bad. So Jay Bramlett is your highlight, and Ramos has been better than expected. Anyways, the point is, the point is, don't make a mistake. That's this tool for success. Don't make a mistake on special teams that will cost you. You give Georgia the ball at the 35, they're probably going to score a touchdown. Don't kick it out of bounds. Don't make mistakes. Secondly,
I agree.
I think you do need to run the ball well. If you can run the ball well, that is going to bode very well for LSU. Run the ball well, and that will open the offense up for you to throw the ball, which you're going to have to do in this game. Don't make mistakes, and your running game needs to. So I think what I'll boil it down to is the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
You need to win.
Yeah.
You need to win the line of
definitely.
scrimmage,
Definitely.
and you need to keep Jaden safe.
For me, I'll continue to say it because it was the same thing in the trap games. It's going to be the same things, the same thing if you want to keep in this game and give yourself a chance. Don't turn the football over. Do not turn the football over.
Do not turn the football over.
Anyways, the other thing is you have to I think in this game you have to get Georgia out of their element.
Sure.
Take away their game.
Sure.
Make them play a game that they're not used to. They want you to play their game. Make them play your game and establish what you want to do offensively, and make Georgia have to play to it. As people have discussed throughout this entire week about this game, you need to air it out. You got to air it out. I feel like so many times we have talked about it, taking deep shots. I've talked about it a lot up here. I know I have.
Take shots.
You have to take shots.
In the A&M games, I don't know if you watched some Carter's film breakdown.
I didn't get to watch
But
it.
I saw some clips of it on Twitter. Like there were times when like Mason Taylor could have walked in the end zone if he would have let it fly. Like it's just there's a timer that he like after this certain time, I think in his head, like he cuts it off.
And it's either scramble mode or throw it away or
Something
whatever.
like that.
Yeah.
Right.
You're gonna have to. All right. We'll see how it goes.
Yep, SEC championship tomorrow, guys. Big game. Hey,
3:00.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Zach.
CBS.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Before the SEC game.
Oh boy. Here we go.
9 a.m.
Oh boy. I'm gonna be asleep.
World Cup. Red, white, and blue, baby. The real red, white, and blue.
USA. USA. Wait, you.
Pulisic is healthy.
I don't even know.
Sargent is healthy. We're good. Let's go get a dub. First round of the knockouts. Let's go. These freaking Dutch out of here.
I don't really.
This is USA, baby.
Who we playing? The Netherlands?
The Netherlands.
The nether regions?
Dutch people.
Oh.
The nether regions.
I'm just being stupid. Sounds like
I'm watching it.
Sounds like something out of Minecraft.
I'm watching it.
The Netherlands? That sounds like something out of
It's
Minecraft.
a country. It's a country.
I know it's a country, but it just sounds like something out of Minecraft.
I will be watching. Are you going to watch the World Cup with me?
I guess.
You going to watch it? Y'all,
I will be on the couch.
the World Cup is lit.
I'm excited.
It's lit.
I'm excited because before the LSU game tomorrow, I get to play disc golf.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so pull for the United States, big time SEC champ. Guys, year one, you have a chance to go out there and be an SEC champ.
Pull for me to shoot under par.
You have a chance to be SEC
Tomorrow.
champs Brian Kelly's first year.
Yeah, that'd be massive.
Enjoy the fact that you were in the SEC championship. Don't
It
loathe.
feels weird that you're in the
It
SEC
is weird. It is weird, but you are.
because you didn't expect it.
I mean, go out there and play great, guys. I mean, if they pull it off, incredible. I mean, if they pull it off.
Kenny,
it's another feather in the cap for year one of Brian Kelly, and the future is so immensely bright.
It's true.
It's immensely bright. Hey guys, it's been a great show here in my living room.
Kenny is real quick. Is Kenny?
My living.
Is Utah going to go for it on fourth down? Or are they going to keep the field goal?
I mean, you keep the field. You
Take the points.
Take the points.
Especially with Caleb
Make
Is
it
it still on
yeah.
commercial break right now?
No, it came back.
With Caleb Williams out,
They couldn't.
Yeah.
you kick the field.
They're keeping the field
Hey,
goal. They kicked
enjoy
it
it.
and they made it.
We need to wrap the show up. Well, enjoy the show.
27-17.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Enjoy the game tomorrow. We're in the SEC championship. Let's go try to be SEC champs. We'll see you next time on Monday. We'll recap everything that happened this weekend. 5-Star Hero, take us out. Peace.